how do you value your brand before I go to the client and what I produce? What makes me charge that money I charge? What does, because me there is a day client asked me, you want to ask about suit ya mitwala atano.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, you're most welcome to Wawulidde Talk Show, and this is our 4th episode. Here with us today, and my partner Karim for the Wawulidde Talk Show is a man that makes suits by Andrew. You're most welcome to the Wawulidde Talk Show.
Thank you.
So basically, on our episode, we shall get to know who is Andrew.
Yeah, nice meeting you people. And, it is an honor that you invited me on your broadcast. Yeah, I go by the names of Nine Mukama Andrew. I'm a young man, and I'm the founder of Suits by Andrew. And I'm also a student at Kumba University.
So, Andrew, how does your journey of getting into suits like start? Has it just like, did you just wake up and you said, like, I want to be a tailor, I want to be a suit, like a suit maker? Or it's just like, you had passion about it?
Me, I started the fashion journey way back in, I think it was 2016, 2017 when I was in senior 4. That's when I started loving
Suits.
No, fashion.
Basically fashion.
Fashion, because by then that's the time when we had a lot of photo shoots, a lot of fashion
By the way,
groups.
so that's the time you're talking about, time where people used to post like a lot on Facebook.
Yeah, that
people
is the time.
post. By the way,
yeah, that is the time when I started.
Develop love.
Yeah, and it was an idea that was clicked to me by my friend. I have a friend called Osbert. So he came to me. He told me, there's a sense of fashion you have. How about we start taking pics and posting on Facebook, get likes? Like it started as a fun thing.
Just passion.
Yeah.
Getting likes, not the business part of it.
And by that time, it wasn't about business. We created our group. We got a name. By then, it was called Sense Fashion. Because that's the time we had KT Fashions. A lot of fashion groups were
But I also remember back then, high school also had some people in my class, doing the same thing, because we had DreamHacks. If you've heard of it,
yeah, I know
that side of it, Natete or what? DreamHacks, because we used to go there, even in our school uniform, people were dripping already.
Yeah, so that is the time when I developed the love of fashion. It started slowly like that, hitting 500 likes on Facebook. You feel like a celebrity at school.
Coming back from the holidays and you're bragging already.
Now, when I was in my senior 4, by that time it was my senior 4 vacation. By the time I went back to my school where I was, now that's when people understood that now there's some bit of fashion I have in me. And at our school, we had a culture in my class that every Friday night, you had to prepare for what you're going to dress the following day. The weekend.
So the weekend was a big thing at your school?
Yeah, but mostly in our class.
So let me just take you back. Because, growing up, we all had dreams. What was that thing, one thing like you wanted? You said, you know what, I want to become a footballer. Because the thing of making suits just came as a passion thing, but I feel you also had something like you wanted to do before even making suits at the moment.
Yeah, basically, I grew up in my uncle's business. So ever since I was 8, I was in my uncle's business.
And what business was that?
Yeah, he had a big wholesale shop. So I used to be into money and counting books. So me, since then, I was like, if I don't work in URA, I'll work in Bank of Uganda.
Doing accounts.
Yeah, basically accounts.
You never had that dream of saying, you know what, I'll be making suits for the rest of my life. You never had that.
By that time, it wasn't in my mind. I can't lie. Though I had the sense of fashion in me,
I know.
Yeah.
So, how do you flip up from like being a fashion designing people at your school to making suits? Like, how do you redirect? Because I've had you in most of the school where you was at. It was in Entebbe, right?
Yeah.
And at first, I saw your shirt, hands you used to make, which had Andrew G back on it. You remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this guy?
Now, when I was in my, that was the time when I was in my form 6. When I was in my form 6, I told some friend of mine, it's called Easton. So I was like, there's some shirt I want to do, and I want to sell it in school.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you had
'Cause-
already started like developing the business part of it already.
Yeah, now I was looking at onto branding myself.
Yeah.
You get it?
Mm.
That is the time when I got that idea from the, of course, the fashionista we have the big fashionista we have in Uganda. That
The
is
brands?
the brands.
Definitely.
Yeah, because but that is the time he had this barcode.
Hey,
Yeah,
made in Kampala.
That is the time it had started trending.
By the way.
You understand?
Because I remember even we also had like some students come back from the holidays like having that t-shirt.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, but I can also develop my own brand.
Mm.
Yeah, then I was in school.
So you were inspired from him.
Yeah, I got that idea from him.
Yeah.
I was also inspired by him at a point.
Yeah.
So when I was at school, by the way, I sold more copies. I sold like 50 shirts in
And
school.
how much was a t-shirt?
By that time, I sold each t-shirt at 25.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's
People bought because
And people are buying.
yeah.
People really loved what you were making, by the way.
But-
just imagine I got that shirt
Cause
when I was not
I
in
feel
school
like,
with him.
you know, selling something at 25 and you're just in school, you know? That means you're doing something good, by the way.
Yeah, so that's how the journey was on my senior 6 prom party. I started like 10 kids.
From your class?
Yeah, from my class majorly. In my class, because they knew what I do.
Yeah, they knew what you could do.
Yeah, most of them trusted me with whatever they felt like they wanted to dress.
So, Andrew, on this journey, because as you told us, it was just like a friend coming to you, telling you, you know what, you can do this. Was the idea of making suits welcome properly at home? Did they say, Aneda, Andrew, Neda?
Now,
Mm.
by that time,
Mm.
remember it was out of fun.
Yeah.
And I used to do a lot of casual.
Mhm.
And remember when you're young, like, okay, our parents, mostly first from the West,
Mm.
when you start, you know, those jeans, those damaged denims, balance, I know what they think you're muya and stuff.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
understand.
So,
This our son is already spoiled, my
that's time came when I was in my senior 6 vacation. That's when I changed my mind and I was like,
I'm
I
going
need to
for
do
it.
something that is welcomed in my culture and makes me happy.
Oh.
Understand it? That's when I had to switch from this casual part
Yeah,
to the
so
suits.
Mm.
You understand it? Yeah. So I gave in my second lockdown, that's when I started Suits by Andrew. Yeah. Then I started giving it a lot of time. Developing, researching about it, stuff like that.
So Andrew, you searched just by Andrew in your second lockdown. How could you make it like in lockdown, but you're starting a business?
It was so hard.
So
But
hard.
I'd started making my research properly
Mm.
in August, around August 28th, 2021. That's when I started like real operating in business. But still, it was when lockdown.
Small scale?
Yeah, not at a small scale. By that time, by the way, I used to get them from out. I wasn't tailoring.
So you're just like importing them inside the country?
So I got a friend. You know these things on Instagram. Trusting someone with your money.
But
you never
that's
meet that person.
that's really hard.
You get
Because
it?
like just falling into someone's direction, you say, man, you know what?
Because I'd seen his pages and how he was selling all the suits and how the market was in Uganda here. So I was like, no, let me import for the first time.
So you sat down and you after making your research told you had to just import, not like to buy from here.
No, buying from here wasn't in my mind because all I had in my head, all suits are imported.
Oh,
yeah.
You never had that feeling, that
Nah, that thing wasn't in my mind that we do
good
make
suits, yeah?
Yeah, by that time. So what I did, this is an idea that I shared with some two friends of mine. One is called Easton, another one is called Calvin. I was like, you know what, you guys, I'm going into a suits business. They were like, but you man, The business you're talking about here, you're talking about 20 million. Where are you going to get all that money?
Because I also feel like it was so prestigious putting on a suit. I swear back then. Nowadays, you know, people of our age are making it look easy.
True,
But
true.
back then in the days, we used to see suits come out, wedding time, graduation time. By the moment you can find someone flexing a suit on Monday, you know, going for work. But back in the day,
It was so hard.
you know, and you could also feel like very good putting on a suit because it was very hard having a suit
Because
that
now of late parents do invest in kids.
time.
Yeah, it's not like back then you tell your mom a suit is at 500K.
She will say, my God.
Understand.
You know how much money is
Have school fees.
yeah, twagala kusoma tamwejja.
So Andrew, like,
So Andrew,
are these suits like? Do you tailor them yourself, or did you get like any course or any lessons for them, or you're studying making suits as well?
No, by the way, me, I ventured into the suits business because I'd seen there's a lot of money in it and people didn't give it time. Yeah, because when you look at boutiques that sell casual shirts, casual pants,
I mean,
and when you look at the suits business, there are two different things.
by the very
You understand? There are two different things, but the difference is on the profit part. But also that profit part has a big difference, like how to make that profit part come out the way you really want it to
properly.
come out.
But I also
Understand.
feel you sat down and understood the market, all the people, the audience you're targeting. Because I feel people of our age don't earn that much. And if you're like doing a business of suits, that means you're targeting the young and old people at the same
talking
time.
about that, you know that most suits are sold at big buildings. You can never find a suit in Chiseni. Have you ever?
By the way, business, by that time when I'd started, I spent like 3 months without a client.
Oh,
And I used to go to town every day.
that's hold on. You were that patient for
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
3 months. You are still like branding, advertising.
Yes. I was still because me, I started advertising before I even opened up the business.
Online.
Yeah, but I used to make those flyers, you post pics, you know, stuff like that. So by the time I started, I thought that
Was that
I
easy?
have the capacity now.
I know.
I have the social capital now. I have people who will purchase the suits. But remember, that's the time we were in lockdown, though it was at a minimum part of it. You understand?
Understand?
Yeah. So when I spent like 3 months, that's when I got my first client. That client came to me, who was even hiring
Oh, so
after 7 months. So when I heard to that guy, it took me another month.
to get another customer.
Yes.
So, meaning if you're like in such a business, it also requires patience.
It requires patience and it requires a lot of marketing and advertising and branding.
And you should be good at what you're doing.
Of course.
So,
after that time, then that's when I got a big deal. Because I had now started about researching how suits are made here in Uganda. What is the process and everything. Because there's a friend of mine I talked to, big up to that friend of mine. He really showed me the real way
to make money from
yeah, because he's in the same business. Like
but he was ready to give you a hand.
But he was ready to show me what to do. Like, Andrew, you have to do this. Andrew, this is where you get the fabric. This is how you get the quality stuff you need to put in the suits. This is how you have to make the suit look like. You understand?
So he's one who like give you the lessons how to make a suit. Yeah,
basically for him, he taught me about the bespoke part of the industry. Because majorly me, I was about making money. I could style what is already made. You understand?
So Andrew couldn't just get like a material and make something out of that material.
By that time, that's not the way it was.
So how do you come to develop that idea of saying, you know what, I also need to be on that machine and making suits out?
When time passed, I had people I knew because me, I was even exposed in the fashion industry before I started the fashion industry. Because even the ASFAs of 2019, I attended them. That's when I got to know the real world of fashion properly. Because every big star we talk about in fashion in Uganda was there.
Definitely.
You understand? Even those some stylists from abroad were in Uganda. I wanted to experience that world and how
that
everything
feel.
was. You understand? So me, I took my time to deeply research about the industry I'm going into. What are the dangers there? What are the advantages there? How do I make money? How do I maintain the name? How do I maintain the brand? How, you know, and everything. So me, I associated with a lot of people at a young stage before I even ventured into the real business. You get my point? So when I met this friend, that friend of mine, Zaga taught me the real business on how to make a custom-made suit in Uganda here. You understand? That's when I got to know that there is a difference from the suit I purchased abroad in Turkey to the suit I make from here. Understand? So that's when I started to give it time, and I kicked off like that.
What do you advise for a person? Should we buy suits from abroad, or we should come like and you get the measurements and all that stuff, then you make for us? Like, what's better?
You know, there's something a lot of people don't put in mind. A custom-made suit is more expensive than an already made suit.
Oh. So custom-made will definitely cost you.
You know, now when we talk about the market abroad, buying a suit abroad, let us talk about, let me say, Turkey or Italy or England. In such countries, for them buying a custom-made suit, it multiplies the price of the suit that is already made like 2 times or 3 times.
Really? Oh, so that's expensive.
Yeah, but here in Uganda, most people don't value that.
They don't feel it. They feel the one that is already made.
Yeah, no, by the way, the already made is also okay. Yeah. But the custom made is a perfect fit on your body.
Oh, I understand.
And I feel you feel more comfortable having what you had in mind and being on you.
When you go to the right person. When you go to the right person, remember a custom made suit, you go to the right person, you book an appointment, you go, you meet the person, you talk about the design
idea before even making it.
Some people go ahead, they sketch the design, you choose the fabric you want. You understand? When they're taking your measurements, you tell them you either want a slim fit suit or you just, you know, you want a suit that gives you peace. You understand? But an already made suit, you don't do that.
You found it already there, so you just buy, you know.
Yes.
So Andrew, going through your journey, like who have you like styled and you would say like it is the highlight of your career?
In which perspective?
Like, okay, saying like prestigious customer, you've ever given an outfit coming from you.
There are a lot of people, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, because my business has made me rich in places that I've never thought I could reach at my young age.
That's good.
Yeah, and I've also reached offices that I didn't think I would ever reach. A person I'd have ever styled a king in his, was it the 26th coronation? Yeah.
That I think that has to be the biggest highlight. Because how do you get such a connection
to a
my
king?
God, to a king. I feel those people are protected.
You know, it was so tricky. When I went to this guy, he looked at me as a young man. He told me, "Are you really going to do what I want?"
Hey,
I'm like,
I'm ready.
I'm ready, because the son is the one who connected me to him, the prince. So I was like, I'm ready to make something extra from whatever they have been making for you. Like, are you sure?
That's some courage.
I went on. He told me, you have to get money. You have to first sketch something you're going to do for me. I had to go down. That's the day I think I've ever used my mind very well to sit. Sketch
You're
something.
Talking about a king, you have to use your head.
Remember, it's not that I was the only person they talked to.
Yeah, I know, but those people be looking for options.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I had to sketch what I sketched for him, something. I had to color it very well to make it to something that I know he will really like.
It had to be good.
Yeah, and after sketching, I sent him the
sketches.
The sketches. They looked through it. Yeah, and they came back to me. They gave me the deal. I had to make the gown for him.
And who is that?
It's called King Kamswaga of Kochi.
Oh,
Man, that's a privilege, man.
that's big.
Man, that's a blessing.
But there are
So-
also other big people I've worked on that have really given me a lot of money
So,
and trusted me.
what advice would you give to someone doing the same business you're doing?
The advice in which way?
Like to get money from this business and also keep customers.
You know, when you talk about clients, when you talk about customers, most of us where we go wrong from, when you come the first time, I make for you something really nice. When you come the second time, I also make for you something really nice. But some people tend to go off track. And they're like, Karim is my buddy.
Oh,
You
Kino
understand?
kijjamu esawo kakikole bukozi.
You understand? I even delay from the day I told you to come and pick your stuff. I give you excuses.
I
You understand?
know, yeah.
And that kills client. Like,
so what you mean to say people tend to get
Comfortable.
lazy? After getting the customers, you can become lazy. Not minding that you can even lose them even.
yeah, because you know now, like this saying in Uganda that says, "Woman is when you get there are some people that go off track, eh?
I understand.
Yeah, you be like, Karim chali wange.
Chaliwa.
Chali wange. Aja tegeera leka
By
nsooke
the
male.
way, that's it also takes me to this because we also have like business we do. But when you like get something damaged, you say, you know, my friend can buy it. I don't mind. Come in, you say, cook you know,
Yeah, so that is the thing basically. Me, what I could advise someone is the same
doing the
business
same
we do.
business.
Like we have to keep that value of a client. Like we keep a client is always a client.
Whether you know them or you don't know them,
Yeah, you have to do what you do for a new client.
it's the
The
same thing
same way
you
you
should
should
do.
do to that client that has always been supporting you from day one.
That's good.
So, Andrew, like, do you have this thing people say, so this one has come in expensive, this one has come in low budget, like, you charge money according to the looks, or it's just that
Or you have a standard price for all people that walk
it's
into
all
your
the same,
store.
this all the same price.
I will start it in this way. Me, we all do like with the same people I'm with in the business. Everyone sets up a price. But how do you set that price? You set the price depending
On what you do?
no.
On the material?
No. First, your brand. What is that? How do you value your brand? That's the major thing. You understand?
Suits by Andrew. I've like
How do you value your brand before I go to the client and what I produce? What makes me charge that money I charge? What does? Because when there is a day client asked me, okay, I think he was in a joking way, he was at a friend's shop, then he was asking, you want to ask about suit ya mitwala atano.
really?
Yeah. Why did that client ask that? Okay, the way the shop was looking.
Oh,
You understand? But the guy had nice work. You get. So how are you presenting yourself to ask that money? Going back to your question, how I charge. Me, I set already my low budget, like my lower price of a suit. You understand? As that my suit doesn't go below 500. Let it be who. But there is a client, we always have discounts and we always have the sales we put on. As there's a client that comes in, trust me, Karim, ngeyamukuleetedde yagambye
aina sente.
oyo guy onaamusaba emitwalo 5 agenda gamba esuuti gy'okola terina plan. Numerous times when a client comes, I don't rush into the money part. No. Because I understand it's a custom business. My brand is a bespoke luxury hub. I know I'm dealing with luxury. Understand? Yeah, so when you come to me,
They don't rush greatness.
no, I don't. I just don't run on too money. Though I have my lower price if I'm not around, the boy that is at the shop or the receptionist that is at the shop,
You know what to do.
they know what to do. Or if someone goes beyond, they call me, then I talk to the client.
Okay.
Yeah. So me, when you come, you book your appointment, you find me at the office, we talk, we choose the fabric, because the fabric majorly defines determines the price and the design of the suit you want. Understand?
Mm.
Yeah. So that's after talking about all those things, then I'll tell you that the suit you want will cost you 700 or it will cost you 1 million.
Definitely.
You understand? Yeah, because I've ever made a suit that was worth 3M.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, but it was just so extra.
Mm.
It's even on my page. It was so extra, and it was for some big person. You know, those big people, most times they don't like to talk about them or their pics.
we
and
understand.
I love keeping it.
So, through your journey of making suits, through the lockdown, how do you come to like, let me go to a city, set up like an establishment, and how did you choose your location? Because most suits are sold on Kampala Road.
stuff. Mm.
That street has classic suits only.
Yeah.
Mm.
You can never find a
Even Kampala Road,
casual.
how do you get to say I'm choosing here? I'll put my shop here. I'll put my store here.
But then that beginning was so funny.
Yeah.
But when I was starting, I remember that's when I'd started campus. I was thinking about doing that business at my hostel.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was, because that's the point I didn't have. The money I had was very less, and I'd used it to buy the stock I wanted. So I told this friend of mine, is like, no, let me talk to my boss.
Mm-hmm.
You come at Equatorial at my workplace. We'll be working as you're planning a bigger part of it.
Right.
Understand? So that's how the whole journey started. Me, I'm at Equatorial Mall. That's where I started from. And after some few months, I started sub-renting now with some friends of mine that were in the same business with
Oh.
me. You get.
So Andrew, on this journey, I know you've learned a lot, like lessons, and also I know you can also advise someone on how to do this business. But what advice would you give to that young 10-year-old Andrew before making it here? What advice would you give to yourself if you just go back in time?
To me, I believe someone you should always insist and work hard on what you want. To me, that's the way out, and being patient and having the faith and hope.
Going for it.
Yeah.
I want to become a footballer, I'll go for it. No one can switch up my mind.
Me, there's something that my mom grew up telling me. My mom told me you have to always be patient with whatever you want. And you have to work for it.
Good things take time.
Good things takes time. Me, all the good places I've gone to, I've taken myself there, but it was through patience, of course. Other than that kid that used to escape from home. You know.
So, Andrew, through the journey of making suits, have your parents been supportive with you? Or they first said like, Neda Andrew, this is not the way you have to go?
No, at first they saw that dream as something like a wasting
joke?
time. At first.
And that brings us to that point.
At
We
first.
have the same parents in Africa.
At first, my mom was like, you understand? Eh?
Unafuna said,
But the one thing that I can't forget, she was like, I'll always keep in my prayers. You know,
Yes,
wow.
that's good.
Shout out to you.
so, that is it. But in my family, it was only my sister, my young sister. I know, my big sister, Christine. She's the one who first believed in me from way back, even when I was doing.
She said you will make it.
She knew that I had I knew the art of the game. Though me, I didn't go to school to study it. Understand? Yeah.
So I have seen, apart from suits, you make dresses as well.
Now for the part of dresses, I partnered with my sister.
That very same sister you're talking about?
Yeah, she's called Christine. Her business is Tinako Tours. Tinako Tours. She makes dresses. But
maybe you can also advise her to come tell us more about it.
I'll talk to her someday.
Yeah. So Andrew, as we wrap up or call it a day, what advice can you give to a youth that hasn't made it in life? Umanyi tugamba, why you do situyinga n'ogamba nga gwe wayingira amasuti? Ojimanyi osobola okwekuba n'ogamba, you know what? I'm quitting this business.
Because remember, he said he waited for 3 months for a customer.
You invested, because it was like investing already. 3 months down the road, check and rent. You're not getting like money. Also, no man, let me switch up. Kandani game station. naye, what did you keep in mind? Chichi wakozesa ekyakuyamba noga, you know what, I'm sticking to my dream. You know, I'm going to get money from this.
You know, me, I have that dream in me that one day I'll be a billionaire. Understand?
Inshallah.
Yeah, true. I have that dream, and I always follow a lot of big people that have made a lot of money. Let it be Uganda, let it be
Abroad.
abroad. And one thing they have in common, they keep the game going. You know, whenever you jump from this business to
another
this business, you're wasting time, you're wasting a lot of money.
Time ain't waiting for you, by the way.
By the time, and you're aging.
By the way.
And
Talk
people
about
now
that.
are getting used that Andrew is not serious. He's here, he's there, he's here,
Jumpy,
he's there.
jumpy.
You understand? Yeah, but when you eventually get to know me, I eventually got to know what I wanted. And I always tell my friends that me, I'm in this business to make a big brand. I'm not in this business that I'm passing through, that I'm getting some money.
So you're doing this business to leave a mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand?
Definitely.
To me, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a time of seeing at least a big building in town here that has suits by Andrew. All floors, there's own clothes, shoes, and everything.
Can that be relationship advice, saying not jumping from one to another one?
To me, I believe that someone, by the time you sit down, you get to know that, let me deal in this particular business. You should stick on it.
Does it work to humans?
Like, what do you mean? Does it work to humans?
Because when you say not jumping, we human
you should
beings
stick to one guy.
do you say that we should stick to one guy? You say, man, I'm keeping this. Or I should have Tisha and also have Kevin. You know?
Now, when we talk about relationship stuff, human beings, we are funny. But to the other part, we are talking about a non-living thing.
Yeah.
It's you to decide.
I feel you. But I also feel like whenever you give something attention, like you get the best out of it. Because if it's like they always say, like, you can't serve two masters at a go. No, so if you say like you're loving Tisha, you're loving Kevin, one of them will get more love, one will get like ignored, and you end up losing. No, so
now when I look about relationships, relationships are so funny. I can't be a motivational speaker about a relationship.
I know. By the way, myself,
something I could share about.
I'm a podcast. I can't be doing about
something I can talk about relationships. To me, it is a personal decision.
Yeah,
you understand? You will decide you're okay to settle.
And she's not ready.
That's it. Or the girl is ready.
You're not.
But ready. How do you know she's ready? How do you know she's ready?
You know, a lot of things tell. Yeah, a lot of things tell if you're doing the right thing.
What are you doing right? Okay, we shall go there. So, as we wrap up, Wawulidde talk show, Andrew, that takes it to where I wanted to say. Like, are you grateful you're making suits? Are you loving what you're doing?
Like, it's something I love so much. Because each client is piece I work on. I put in all I can. Because to me, when you come and place an order, you're no longer now my client. I'm looking at the person you bring next. That's why, I work so hard so that you. My customer satisfaction is something I look at. When you like something, of course, to me, my business, when I work on you, you don't recommend someone, you don't refer someone. That's how it works. To me, that's
okay. So
unless you have something, can finish up.
How many suits do you own? You as a person, it's been itching me. How many suits do you own?
Now, the funniest part about it,
you own none.
To me,
it can be correct.
Me, this is something I do every year. On my birthday, I do like 3 pieces of suits for myself. But at the end of the day, I have clients that see
want to buy it,
and they take my pics and they take all the suits away.
Oh,
yeah, because
I would say like me after making a suit for my bid, it is so special, you know.
That is an expensive piece, by the way. Because most times I brand them inside.
Oh,
yeah, I brand them with the dates and everything. But someone is like, no, me,
I'm buying
that
it.
suit you wore. I'm not going to be smart.
Okay.
So you can't remake them like the same one, or you just want that one you wore.
No, they be specific. I want that.
Oh,
Yeah. So you just give them out or
So-
something like that.
And for the episode that has been Suits by Andrew. Hope you heard him right.
located at Victoria Mall.
Victoria Mall, you can grab yourself a suit, a dress for all those buddies. You're going to school, campus, work.
Prom parties.
Lastly, you can have a word or two to the people watching Wawulidde talk show.
Yeah. What's up, Wawulidde people? It's my first time here, but I've enjoyed the experience. Something I can talk about my business. We deal in a lot of suits. We have graduation suits. We do wedding suits. We do prom suits. We also do hire. We do both ladies, kids, and all kinds of suits. We make them.
Where are you located?
As long as it is custom made, even if it is which design, we can make it for you.
So 1, 2, 3.
Wawulidde
Wawulidde
talk show.